Oh, what it do? It's your boy O2, and we're doing something new, guys. You already know I'm doing the most, guys. Real talk. Thank you for joining this episode. We have a Q&A, question and answer. I'm going to have my wife with me. What we're going to be doing is she's got 10 questions she's going to ask me. I have no idea what they're going to be. I'm going to answer honestly. I have no prompt, no paper with me, no fancy tricks. So this should be a fun video. If you're not subscribed, please smash that subscribe button, because at 500 subscribers, I'm doing a V-Bucks giveaway because I am a Fortnite content creator. I'm trying to hit that 1,000. And also, quick humble plug, I'm also a thriller fiction author. That's right, I write thriller fiction books. Fun, fast-paced books that you can get behind. You read until you not stop. Links are down below in the description if you're watching on a mobile device. If you enjoy the episode, drop a like. Leave a comment and some of your questions, and I'll do Q&A with some of my viewers, subscribers, haters. It doesn't matter. Shoot your questions, and we'll do another Q&A with like a grab bag with my viewers, my followers, subscribers, everybody like that. Be sure to do that. I'd love to hear comments and questions from you guys that I'd love to answer, no matter how crazy you might think they are. They can be scientific, philosophical, political. It could be anything. But appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Poured a lot into it. Here we go. See.
All right, y'all, it's time for question number 1. The first question we want to know the answer to is, what animal do you most closely relate to, and why?
Alrighty. That's a good question, because I have a favorite animal, and then I have one that I'm probably most like. So, I'm gonna be honest. I love the honey badger. Don't get me wrong. It's fearless. If you know anything about the honey badger, guys, it can be bitten by snakes. It'll fall asleep. It's immune to most snake venom. So I do love the honey badger. But if you really base my life and characteristic traits, I guess you could say, I'm probably most like a snake, and I'll give you a reason why. Snakes want to be left alone. They usually don't attack unless provoked, or they feel they're in danger using their Jacobson organ. You know, they use infrared heat signals and heat signatures. As long as they're not bothered, they usually don't attack. You know, we always think of snakes as these bad guys, and they're really not. So I view myself, I see it myself as like a bad guy to a lot of people, I think. And snakes get a bad rep when they're just part of the ecosystem. And personally, I'm the type of person, I will strike back if you say something foolish to me or try to provoke me. I am gonna snap back. And the snakes do congregate in dens. Like, have you ever seen snake dens, guys? So with the right people of the same that are like me, I don't mind being around a bunch of people like me. But I think that's what I'm most like, a snake. I know it sounds bad because in context you can say, oh, that person's a snake over there, and that is kind of have a negative connotation. But with me, I don't think it's necessarily in that context. It's more of the actual characteristics of the snake, and that's what I think I portray. So.
All right, question number 2. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Alrighty, if we're talking about just a meal that I would have, like, could have every day and probably not get tired of it, honestly, guys, a good country fried steak that's very tender, mashed potatoes, and collard greens, most likely. But if we're doing it on a survival basis and I'm just eating one particular item, I'm going to go for the most nutritional value and probably say eggs, packed with protein, minerals, vitamins, healthy fats, and cholesterol that you would need. So eggs if it was a singular item, and then country fried steak, collard greens, and mashed potatoes for the meal itself, I guess. So.
All right, this time for question number 3, we're going to go just a little bit deeper. What's something in life recently that's been making you happy?
Oh man, that's a really good question. Having me ponder here for a second. Things that make me happy. I know a lot of y'all are jovial people, guys, and I'm a real critical person. But one thing when I really think hard and dig deep, giving, giving to other people. When I'm able to give to someone else, it it goes beyond happiness. It actually produces joy when I'm helping somebody, whether it be giving my time, whether it be giving money or resources, or like the giveaways that I do. We're going to be doing a giveaway at 500 subscribers. I enjoy giving, so it is something that makes me happy. I don't do it out of a reluctance. Giving definitely makes me happy, not to establishments or organizations, but on a personal level with people. That's why I personally like to do it, because it puts me in the responsibility. It holds me accountable for my actions, saying, hey, I've went out and given. Not that I would boast in it, but that it does make me happy. So that would be my answer for that.
All right, question number 4. When do you most feel like yourself?
Okay, that is a freaking good question, and I'm having an existential crisis right now. No, but man, that is a good question. Man, when do I feel the most myself, like who I truly am? And that's a really good question, because I'm an extroverted introvert. I'm a true introvert, but around the right people, I'm super uber talkative. So I want to, I guess this is a two-part answer real quick. One, behind closed doors. So out in the open, I am going to put on a mask, so to speak. Not maybe a physical one, even though I do have a ton of physical ones, and I love wearing masks. But behind closed doors. And then on top of that, anytime my creative side is just bubbling. So when I'm a book is being written, I'm writing a book. Currently writing my 7th one. I've written the prologue. I will be starting chapter 1. I've got some ideas rolling around in my head. When I start the typing or I come up with an idea, usually that's when I'm the most to myself, because that's me in the raw, the rawness of thought. Just being a creative. I love when ideas just start popping in my head out of nowhere. And production of these, producing uh, the creations itself and the finished product is really where I am my truest self. And like I said, it has to be behind closed doors, because out in the world, you don't know how people are going to react with you. I have fear of rejection and judgment, because I have been judged in the past. Nothing against anybody, but so I have built up kind of walls and put on a mask. But behind closed doors and when I'm in my creative element would be my answer to that. So
Number 5. What's something that makes you feel loved or understood by somebody?
that is another great question. Well, love and love and what was the other one? I love and appreciation, and what understood. What makes me feel loved and understood? Honestly, guys, I don't want to be unreasonable and say something off kilter, because my brain first went there, guys. But to be loved and understood are two different things, even though they can be a part of the same thing. I guess my answer for this, and this could get deep, and I could go real long on this, so I'll go with the short answer, as short as I can, maybe a minute or so. But appreciation for my ideals, maybe admiration, respect for how my thought processes and who I am comes out, because it doesn't always come out how I intend. The creative side of me, and my disorder, my bipolar disorder. Sometimes I come off with a tone, I guess, so to speak. But when somebody really loves and understands me, I feel like they appreciate my thought processes, regardless, and in spite of my, I guess, mental deficits, to where I can get kind of tangled up in thought patterns and stuff. But when they see the creative side, or where I'm proposing new forward thinking and they can appreciate that. They're like, oh wow, that's interesting. I'd like to hear more on that. Or they appreciate my art or my YouTube, my creative side, my drawing, my painting, my books. When people show, when somebody shares, I post something on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok about my books, and somebody shares it. That's a sign of like showing admiration or appreciation and support, like supporting my dream. That shows me somebody cares and somebody understands what I'm looking to get out of this life is to share my creativity with others. So I think that would be the best answer for that and the shortest answer that I could give without going too deep.
All right, heading in just a little bit deeper for question number 6. What do you think is your biggest strength?
Okay, guys, this is gonna get a little sciencey and philosophical. What is my biggest strength? Oh, man, if I'm gonna be honest, my wife may disagree with me, but I think this is a lot of people, but I can tell you a little bit, a shortened version of why this is my biggest strength, even though, you could say creativity, you could say resilience, but, and that's a part of it, but the ability to adapt to any situation. And I will go a little further in answering that. So you're like, what do you mean, O2? The ability to adapt. So we are a species that has adapted over time. Whether you believe that or not, that's up. You can debate me on it all day. You're not going to convince me otherwise. We've adapted over many, 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 many years, more than anybody really knows. But with my adapting and adaptive processes within my life, you just got to think, I started drinking alcohol at the age of 16. I know some of you may have started before me, but I started pretty early, 16 pretty early, full-blown alcoholic at 17, 18. Had my first DUI at the age of 18. Was in and out of jail for many years, went to rehab. My dad asked me one time, my second rehab I went into, he said, how do you go without a phone for 28, 30 days? I said, Dad, you don't have a choice. You adapt or you go crazy and you run out of the building and they call the police on you. So been able to adapt, coming off of medications, like narcotics back when I was doing drugs heavily. You get jailed, you've been drinking on a bender. You withdraw in jail. In jail, they don't care if you withdraw and die. They don't. Another thing with adapting, even I might not be in a situation I like, but I may freeze up and reserve myself, but I'm able to be there and exist and potentially even talk a little bit, even though that's not my strong suit within a group. Adapting, I've lived out of my car before. I'm telling you, I've overdosed 7 times, guys. And 2 of the overdoses I did overdose, I had to be intubated, so they put a tube down my throat. I was put on life support. I've survived that. I've survived a divorce. I've survived family trauma. I have survived so many things. So I've been able to adapt despite these things that could have completely destroyed who I am, and yet I'm still moving. Is it a struggle? Yes. But do I think it's a strength to be able to adapt? Yes. And I think it's innate in every human if you harness it and develop it just like I have. So that would be my answer for that question.
All right, switching gears to lucky number 7 instead of strengths. This time, what's your biggest weakness?
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to be honest. I do suffer from bipolar disorder, and anybody that knows anything about bipolar disorder, check out my mental health episodes. I have one specifically on bipolar disorder and some other stuff, and I'm gonna keep doing mental health episodes. But my biggest weakness is, I'm gonna be honest, guys, my emotions are amplified. So when I'm happy, I'm usually super happy. When I'm depressed, I'm all the way down in the dumps. When I'm angry, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Sometimes I break shit. Like, it is what it is. I cuss like a sailor. My weakness is I wear my heart on my sleeve. I can get my feelings hurt very easily. I can get hot headed really quick. So I think that's probably my biggest weakness is wearing my heart on my sleeve, having my emotions literally right here. Like just like my shirt. If you threw something at my shirt, it would be on me. It might even go through my shirt, dirty me up. Same thing. I do wear my emotions on my sleeve. So I think that's my biggest weakness. I need to work on it too.
All right. Question number 8. What's a compliment that you like receiving?
Okay, a compliment I love to receive, guys, and it should be obvious because of my YouTube channel and if you follow me on my social media. When people compliment my books, my artwork, my creative flair, um, even my gaming, but specifically probably my books. When somebody reads my books and is like, "I loved your books, man. When are you gonna write the next one?" I've yet to hear somebody say like, "When are you gonna write the next one?" But the people that have told me, "Hey, man, I love the book." I've had people tell me back before I even got them published, like, "This my first series, A Friend Indeed and Poppy's Paradise." A lady I worked with at a factory said, "This should turn into a movie. They should turn this into a movie." I was like, "Oh my god, you just get a dopamine drip." So I love being complimented on the work I do put into my books and just content creating and art in general. I have a love for the arts, so that would be my answer for the question of the compliment.
All right. Question number 9. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Okay, that is a very good question. The best advice I had ever been given. Now, I've been given so much good advice to pick one single thing out there, guys, and I've heard a lot from a lot of many wise men and women. I'm gonna have to go with my favorite astrophysicist. Shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. His words, because I see myself as a philosopher, and all that is to become a philosopher literally is to question life, question existence, question just the big questions that most people don't want to ask and get answers for. I do, but Neil had said it in one of his his Star Talk YouTube channel. If you not subscribed to him, be sure to subscribe. It's a fun science channel. But his advice on, because a lot of times I want answers to questions that I'm not gonna get in this life. At least not at this point in time in the year 2025. It's about to be 2026. But he did say, and he has said it multiple times in different videos. But when I could hear him talk, I could even see him saying it in my head. The universe is under no obligation to make sense to us, and he was directing it towards like saying it like the universe is under no obligation to make sense to you or me or anybody. We all kind of make these constructs of belief systems, philosophies. That's why there's so many different belief systems, is because everybody's trying to make sense of the world. The thing is, if you step back from that, I'm not saying run from religion, but if you do step back from that, you can gain a better perspective of like, the universe doesn't have to make sense for it to exist. It doesn't have to make sense. We're still on the infancy stage of learning life, existence, and everything about it. Religion is age old. It's been around probably since, I would say, damn near since man could walk. So that would be my answer to that. So,
All right. Last but not least, question number 10. If you could give 7-year-old yourself 3 pieces of wisdom, advice, ways of looking at life or things that you wish your 7-year-old self would have known, what would those 3 things be?
okay, the first one is to not take life so seriously, man. Life is quick, it's fleeting, it comes and goes faster than we actually realize. Second, I would say, man, this is a really good one, guys. Um, I would say forgive yourself every time you do something wrong. Forgive yourself. Don't hold on to things. Don't beat yourself up. I still beat myself up over stuff that I've done 10 years ago, guys. So forgive yourself immediately after doing something. Get over it. The quicker, the better, because that's the quicker you can get to healing. And I think the third thing, and this one's, I'm about to really stir my pot around for a second because I had a few jumbled in my head and then they kind of pop in and out of my head. So I'm really having to think. Third one would be to to chase your dreams. No matter what the situation looks like, you can be dead ass broke. But if you have a dream, to chase it with all your heart is what I would tell my 7-year-old self, 9-year-old self, the little version of myself. So what do you guys think about the Q&A episode, guys? I had a blast. It was pretty fun. If you enjoyed it, drop a like and leave a comment of yourself. Do you have a question that you want me to answer or perhaps want my viewpoint or whatever? Leave it down in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my thriller fiction books down in the description below if you're watching on a mobile device. And thank you so much for watching this episode. It was a pleasure to make. It took some time, but to do, so I put a lot of effort in and work into this. So if you can, if you're not subscribed, please smash that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next Q&A. Drop your comments. I will see y'all in the next episode. Let's go. You already know O2 do the most.